Hello, this is Chris Manley with Manley Movers, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to pack books, DVDs, small pictures, even old albums, records. I'll show you. So like all this kind of stuff usually in your office, old CDs, right, books, binders. Here's a bunch of records. Some people have a lot of those. Yeah, and DVDs. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with books. Trick to the trade. I've showed this before, but this is when you'd want to do this one. It's the extend the small box up and roll your paper up and shove it in there. That's your small box not extended up, right? That's how you want to pack your boxes, your books in those small boxes. This just makes it easy to pull your paper out. So let's get into it. We'll start grabbing some books. Always make sure the books don't stick over the top. And if like they did, then you could just turn it the other way generally, and it will still fit. Of course, I put paper down there. Not always a necessity, it's just something that the professionals do. Always put paper no matter what. And books don't really need paper in between them, but like if it's a special book to you, you might want to put paper around it just to protect it a little more. Even like old photos that aren't in frames, they can go between books and be safe. So like that one, see that one is a little too tall, so you're gonna have to turn it the other way. It's no problem. Go there. Keep getting books. Even binders are good on book boxes too. Kind of like a puzzle. You just gotta fill in the gaps. All books are different sizes, so it can make it really easy on yourself. Fill in all those gaps. That's not good for this box. All right, so we're close to the top. So now you want to look for like smaller books that will fill these gaps up. And right here. Right there. Right there. Okay, well, if you can find things, you get smaller gaps, if not, fill that with paper. We want to make sure you get a good look. So it's all flat, right? But there's like, little holes. Or you got smaller books or something you could put in there, right? But go to your tissue box. Fill in that gap. Fill in that gap. So I think all those gaps are filled pretty good, but yet, remember, add a little more to the top to give that cushion. Cushion on the bottom, cushion on the top, always. That. You see, it's so much easier than laying the paper flat and trying to get it out. Like, if doing this makes it just so simple to just pull out one that you need. Okay. So that one's got enough paper, I think. We'll start closing. Start closing. Give you a better look. Always do the shorter ones first, long ones last. The long ones are the ones you want to tape. So just like all the other videos, 1, 2, 3, tape, done. This is a solid box. So you don't want to be putting books in anything other than a small box. These boxes, books get heavy. So like this medium, see the difference in size? Do not fill a medium box with books because it can make it a 200, 300 pound box, and it makes it incredibly hard for us to move. And you have to remember that you have to move these boxes too. We're gonna put them where you want them, but eventually you will have to move them again yourself. So keep that in mind while you're making these boxes heavy. Okay, so we're moving on to the books that are bigger, you know, that can't fit into a small. So it's like, this is one of them. It don't fit, you know, you turn it sideways, it still don't allow you to close the box, you know. These two binders, they get heavy, it just doesn't fit. Even you go this way, it just doesn't fit in a small. Well, in that case, then you go to a medium. Now, mediums and books, like I said, do not mix, but what you can do is for, like, you know, the big binders like that, see, it fits. But it's heavy, right? And you got another book you need to fit in a medium, don't fit in a small, okay, it fits. But you do not want to keep loading these big, heavy books into these mediums, because that's when we have problems. That's when this box is busting out the seams while we're trying to move it, all that. So what you need to do, if you got these bigger books or bigger binders or whatever, don't just fill it with all that. You got to look for smaller things like, you know, like this. It's light. It's a wood box. It's light, right? There's this book, but it's kind of a fake book. It's light. You know, you got like these yoga blocks. See how, you know, you don't just fill that whole thing up with heavy books. You can get, you know, 3, 4 heavy things in there, but fill the rest up with lighter things. You know, records are something else that do not fit in smalls. So you could put some records here. You put some records here. Right? Records get heavy. They're like books. So don't put too many records or too many books in the medium. Now you got gaps. We have enough heavy stuff between records and books. We have enough heavy stuff for this box. The rest of these gaps need to be filled with things that are not as heavy, right? So like this little thing, this little box, not heavy. You know, this backpack, not heavy, but a good gap filler for a medium. See, and then this little thing, not heavy. Okay, so I see a few little gaps here. You know, small books are light, so that's okay. Good gap fillers. Close. I mean, you could do a few more little tiny books just to get it closer to the top, right? So, again, I'm going to show you. Right? So there's some gaps here or whatever. This, for me, is good enough to just go ahead and add paper. My easy tissue box. Okay, so I mean, I guess those gaps are filled pretty good, but remember, you gotta add it to the top of this. See, there's little gaps. Your cushion that will prevent the box from smushing in and smushing your stuff. So yeah, we will just throw some paper. See how easy that is to just pull that paper out like that? All right. So paper down, sides, push in the middle, pops open a little, that's good, but I know I need more paper. Put it right there in the middle, almost good. Couple more pieces. Right, so I'll go the other way. That way you make sure you're labeled dining room, you know, there's little check marks you can check, you know, you always want those up in case you want to mark your boxes like that. Like always, that's a nice solid box and it's not too heavy. And remember, tape, 1, 2, 3, done. Okay, moving on to DVDs, and also just want to reiterate, like with the small book boxes and pictures and like, you know, little pictures like that, and like these are something real special to me. They're actually my grandparents' obituaries, so you know, these could go in DVD boxes or book boxes. They slide in, they're protected. It's a safe way to move things like that. So let's just get into it. I'll show you. So this is a picture that is very precious to me. So notice I have the face facing the cardboard, all right? Okay, now let's grab some DVDs. Or Blu-rays nowadays, I guess. Some people still have DVDs. now I got a line of DVDs right there. I want to get some of these precious pieces of paper and just slide them in between all the DVD Blu-rays. Keep on building up with our DVDs, Blu-rays. So, just to give you a good idea how it's going, all right? Right now is a good spot for this. I see right there. Little picture. It's got glass, so definitely put some paper around it. And so once you're this way, then you start going this way to fill it up just right. Alright, so it's pretty full there. You want to get close to the top, but leaving a little gap is good because you want to put a little cushion, right? I think I got enough to push down nice and good. I think that box is good. Push down, push on the sides. Your tape, this box is as solid as can be. You could literally, your mover could accidentally drop it and fall off his dolly stack and it could roll and nothing would break. You know, that's the goal, is to have things so cushioned that it can this box could take a fall and nothing break. That's the goal. So again, 1, 2, 3, tape, you're done. And all these DVDs, they don't get real heavy, but of course the books do. So you write DVDs, we're gonna know they're a little heavy. You write books, we're gonna know that books are heavy. You don't need to write heavy on your boxes. We're gonna know what's heavy and what's not. So, yep, that's it for DVDs.